Hi guys, welcome to Frogs and Oddities. Today we will be building my baby milk tree frog's temporary enclosure. I will be creating an artificial setup rather than a bioactive, as this is just my preference. I'm creating a temporary smaller enclosure for these frogs since they're only babies and they will need monitoring more at this stage since this is all new to them. We want to monitor any behavioural issues and environmental issues which can cause stress, and of course we don't want that. So I'm starting off by washing my hands thoroughly to ensure they're completely sanitary for starting the build. Now I am putting on my gloves. I recommend using unpowdered and unscented gloves. This will minimise any risk of other chemicals getting on the equipment. Being sanitary is very essential for the frogs as they absorb substances through their skin. We don't want them absorbing any harmful chemicals like sweat or any oils, as this can make them ill. Now I'm just going to sanitize the whole terrarium, making sure it's squeaky clean before the build. The solution I'm using is a distilled white vinegar and water mix. White vinegar is great for cleaning and sanitizing and is more gentle to frogs compared to other solutions. The white vinegar you can get from any supermarket. This one cost me 49p from Home Bargains. I also got the spray bottle from there. I can't remember how much I paid for this one exactly, but it was under £1. Anyway, we're just going to give this a thorough clean and wipe over a few times, ensuring no chemicals remain anywhere. Next I'm going to add my substrate, which is a cocoa fibre block that I have previously soaked in water, and I'm adding my cleanup crew, which are springtails and mini speckled woodlice. These guys essentially just clean up the frog's mess, like their poop and their skin that they have shed. As these guys are tree frogs, I don't worry about their substrate too much, as they spend the majority of their time up high rather than on the floor. We just want to ensure the place stays clean and sanitary for them, so this can minimise the risk of them developing any illnesses and or diseases. Now I am adding my Exoterra Pebble water dish. A water source is essential for any frog, especially these since they have a higher humidity requirement. Next I'm going to start building the background using corkwood. I like corkwood since it's very lightweight, easy to work with and very affordable. We want to build an interesting piece of scenery with lots of hides and places for the frog to hide and explore. Since they're so small at this stage, they can and will explore any nook and cranny at any given opportunity. To ensure the wood I've placed is stable, I like to press on it to mimic a frog jumping on it. Since they will be leaping from place to place, we want to make sure their landing spot is stable and won't collapse and fall on them, which of course would cause an injury. And by the way, I am building this setup in a mini tool Exoterra. When they grow older and bigger, I will be moving them to a small tool Exoterra. This mini tool enclosure is the perfect size to let them grow in, so we can monitor them and ensure they are growing very well and at the rate they should be. We're also watching out for any behavioural issues, and if you have more than one frog in the enclosure, any territorial issues. Amazon milk tree frogs are best kept in pairs or threes, so this shouldn't occur, but it is definitely something to be aware of. Now for my favourite part, we are adding the greenery. These frogs love to sit on leaves and hide in any shrubs, so I'm putting this floor plant next to my water dish. This plant is from Pets at Home in the fish section, and it was only £4.75. Next is a bushy plant I got from my local reptile shop. I did lose the suctions on the back of it, so I'm wedging it into the wood instead of attaching it to the glass. And of course, adding the finishing touches like this frog dish. My White's tree frogs absolutely love their frog dish. They sleep in it literally every day, so I decided to treat my milk tree frogs to it too. So I am just spraying the suctions and the glass to attach it. I am putting it up high as this is where they'll like to be. And this is my baby Amazon milk tree frog's temporary enclosure all done. Not too cluttered so they have space to jump, but also has loads of spaces for them to explore.